Hi everybody, I'm trying to move my tripod because we just, oh my God, had a signal that the wireless is bad. Look at the veins in my arms, gross. Okay, starting over. Hi, it's Dr. Bridget Young at babyformulaexpert.com, coming to you live from my vacation. Check out the lake behind me. We've had an awesome day. I'm actually on the East Coast, so it's 8 o'clock here, and the babies are in bed. Super pumped. Haven't worn makeup in a week. Did put a little on for this because vanity, but my hair is wet with lake water, so bear with me. Tonight, we're answering a quick question because I want to get back to vacation. But it's a question that I get a lot, and that is, flies are landing in my wine, which are drinking out of plastic cups, so we don't have to deal with glass around the babies. The question we're tackling today is, does spit up formula really work? So a couple big brands and a lot of generic brands have a formula specifically to reduce spit up for babies that regurgitate a particularly large amount. There's a couple things I want to talk about regarding spit up formula. The first is that all babies spit up. It's not really a concern unless the spit up is actually due to reflux, in which case it's causing the baby some irritation, discomfort, or your doctor thinks that there's something basically wrong, which is causing the spit up. So if you have an infant and your infant spits up, you are normal and it is no need to try to run out and solve the problem. Breastfed babies spit up all the time, and that's the gold standard. However, if spit up is a problem in your household and you are considering using a spit up specific formula, there's a couple things that you should know. The first is, I will repeat my mantra, you must read the list of ingredients. Spit up formula is still a formula. Sometimes they put stuff in there I don't particularly like. I still think that the type of protein in the formula is probably the most important thing you need to be worried about. So just remember that when you're deciding to go with a spit up formula. Next, I probably should have said this first. All spit up formulas are based on the same premise. And this is the formula companies add an additional starch to the formula as a thickener. Just like you add flour to soup to thicken it up, they add a particular starch that usually doesn't thicken formula until it's exposed to an acidic environment, like the stomach. So all spit up formulas become a little thicker in the stomach, and this just makes it harder to come reverse gravity up the throat. That's the entire premise of spit up formula. It's harder for the baby to regurgitate because it's thicker to come up the esophagus. I have no problem with that. A little extra starch, if it really solves a problem that you are sure is an actual problem, is fine. Like I said, the more concern I have is sometimes these spit up formulas are corn sugar based, which if lactose is not a problem for your baby, I'd rather have you choose something else than choose a corn sugar based formula that also has this starch added. The other thing you really need to know is if you are breastfeeding at all, you need to be careful how you use a spit up formula, because if a spit up formula is mixed with breast milk at all, either in a bottle like for daycare or in the baby's stomach, like if you breastfeed and then offer the baby a bottle afterwards, breast milk is full of digestive enzymes, or like digestive juices that we have. These include enzymes that digest starch. And there is actual medical research to show that if you mix even a little bit of breast milk with spit up formula, the digestive juices or enzymes in the breast milk chew up the starch, making it just like every other formula. So you're completely you are completely wasting your money if you mix with breast milk at all. And then, like I said, if you've compromised on the protein or some other component of the formula to get this special starch in your formula, and then you mix with breast milk, then you've completely obliterated what you thought you were adding. So those are my big take-home points. Understand what you're feeding, and it's just a thickened formula. 2, never mix spit up formula with breast milk. It won't hurt the baby at all, but it will completely eliminate the starch, which is the thickening agent. 3, I should have said this, never try to thicken your own formula at home. I'm not going to get into it, but there's clearly a lot of things that can go wrong, and that should just never be considered. If it's a really big problem, visit your doctor and work out a protocol. Don't try to thicken at home. So I'm going to wrap this up because, like I said, the kids are in bed, so I have like half an hour left and maybe before I go to sleep. I hope that is helpful for those of you just joining us. I'm sorry that it's kind of a short Q&A this week, but I'm on vacation, so I'm not going to apologize again. Big take homes: if you are feeding or thinking about a spit up specific formula, all spit up formulas are the technology, or the premise is to feed a thickened formula to the baby so that it's harder to come back up the esophagus. This is done by adding starch to the formula. Sometimes adding starch means they compromise on a couple of the other ingredients. So if you're making a switch to a spit up formula, make sure you read the full list of ingredients, so if the baby has a reaction, you're prepared to figure out what ingredient was changed. Never mix spit up formula with breast milk. The digestive enzymes that naturally occur in breast milk chew up all the starch, making the spit up formula just like every other formula, and it will not be any thicker, and thus you may be feeding spit up formula. I hope someone is having an aha moment and be like, oh, that's why it seems to work sometimes, and when it's at daycare or when we're at home, he spits up. Well, it's because it's no longer thickened if it's mixed with breast milk. If you have any other questions about spit up formula, hey Cheese, my sister's watching, or any other formulas or any other questions you guys want me to tackle next week, I'll be back at home in Denver next week. Sad, but I'll probably look much more professional. Leave it in the comments section or go over to the Facebook page and send me a message, and I will be sure to address it there. Thank you so much, and I will see you next week. Thanks, everybody. Bye.